So my name is Taylor Joel, and I'm gonna talk about some songs today. Your Eyes is one of the oldest tracks. What's unusual about it for me is that I wrote it on the ukulele. But for me it was a very intuitive song that came about. It's more about the first kind of teenage ideas of love. So I think it's very naive, or written from a naive perspective. Your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, your eyes. Yes, so Little Boy Blue is another track, maybe 2016 or 17 I wrote it. And the title is a very clear nod to Little Girl Blue, which I adore. And I learned that on the guitar, and then once I figured out this chord progression, it immediately reminded me of that song. Where you gone? I've been doubting myself, cloudy to make my own song. And kind of through that lens I then started writing. So the lyrics were more of a conversation I tried to have with myself, or a younger self. And for some reason I think the theme of a home, or being home, or building a home is kind of reappearing in my songs. So let's make this into a home. Come Right Home, I think, is about feeling a bit ashamed after having a night out. Have you gone too far ahead of what was meant for you to see? Instead you crossed the line, stumbling from side to side. It really came from a place of me just asking myself, why do I behave like that sometimes, and why were you feeling the need to do this? I'm also a bit worried at this point that it's just, I usually when I write, it starts out with a nice guitar part that I like, and then I try to sing over it. And home is just a very nice word to sing. So maybe that's the real reason. Sync, I remember it being a guitar riff that I had for a while, and I was trying to push myself to use the guitar differently than I usually would, and I was feeling very uneasy at the time, and it came about by the use of the bass notes and me having this feeling, but I didn't have any words to describe it, so I just improvised over it. That's where all the riffs came from, that you hear in the second chorus especially, and then in the outro. And listening back to it, I just knew I wanted to keep it, so I had to build a song around that, basically. Have you tried drowning out the noise, held by swirling thoughts, circling towards what you'd avoid? Has this come to be too much for you? it's come to be too much for you. Can you feel the water? Leaving that space seemed very strenuous and impossible sometimes, but I knew I couldn't just be in there for too long. And so the lyrics kind of describe that feeling, but also the comfort you can feel. So there's this, especially during the bridge, the temptation of just, why even try to stay on the surface? Why not just sink, I guess. Why would you swim? It's so tempting to let